So guys, welcome to another gardening video on my channel. My name is Bunks. Guys, you know what? I've been noticing something about the weather, and I'm sure all the gardeners and farmers have been recognizing this. It's getting a lot more hotter without the rain raining. So in previous months, in let's say November, December, January, the rain would be raining hard, and then during the day the sun would be blazing hot. So there would be a balance of the seasons. Basically, there would be a nice balance of blazing hot and then rain. But now it seems like it's getting to a place where it's just hot, and then you'd get a little trickle of rain. So I thought I'd make a video on how to keep your cool weather loving crops such as spinach, lettuce, how to keep them cool and how to keep them thriving through the summer, the hot summer days. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoy and I hope it's helpful and I hope I wasn't too late. Let's get into the video. So this is a prime example of why I'm doing this video. This baby spinach has gone to seed. It's seeding. Look at it. Look at this girl, man. It's seeding. And when this happens, you know, the leaves become really bitter, and they also secrete this white substance, if you can see that, and it just becomes very inedible, you know. So yeah, this is due to the heat and also not enough water as well. So the first advice that I would give is to mulch. Definitely mulching is the first way to prevent your crops from bolting. And as you can see here, I have a bunch of mulch. Here's just some mulch. It's just mulch and mulch. You know, it's just a bunch of mulch. So the good thing about mulch is that when it rains, it keeps the moisture in the ground and protects it from the blazing hot sun. So as let's say, for example, if you have just bare ground, then the moisture is easily accessible by the sun. But when you have the mulch, at least there's a protective layer across the mulch across the ground, that will make it a lot harder for the heat to penetrate through the actual ground. So another thing about mulch is that when you lay it on top of the ground, it builds the soil. So let's say, for example, you have leaves or straw even, or grass clippings, right? So with that, when you lay it on top of the ground, number one, it protects the ground, and then also it now also adds quality to the soil. So it makes the quality a lot richer, and in this way it makes the soil more capable of keeping a lot more moisture in than if you just had normal just ground soil in there. So what I really like is that over the years with mulch is that it actually builds the soil while protecting the soil at the same time. That's something that for me I've just grown to love about mulch. So the mulch that you can use, I would prefer leaves, compost that you've done yourself, grass clippings. You can even buy soil from any nursery or any garden warehouse, and just place it on top of the actual ground that you have, and that will do wonders for your garden. I just think it's a really cool thing that you can leave it on there and it will build the soil as it gradually goes on. So for me, I have leaves, I have grass clippings, you know, I have just a bunch of things. I even have some organic matter such as just peels, banana peels, eggshells, anything really that will add to the garden. So another way to keep your cool weather loving crops cool is just to water more. And I know that one, you know, it's a lot harder to do because, you know, we all have busy lives and things. But I think at this time of the season, I think now we need to dedicate some time to water more in the garden, you know. And I think that will do a little bit, you know, it will help those plants survive a lot longer if we just, as compared if we just left them to fend for themselves. So another one, water. And what I've noticed with a lot of people that water is that they water surface level. So it's that kind of brush. Let me just brush the water across, and that's not really sufficient because it's only going to the top layer, and you kind of, in that way, you actually hindering the plants themselves. So what I would say is that you need to deep water, and you need to at least spend maybe an hour or two watering your plants. And that means deep watering just means spending a lot more time on a specific patch. So instead of just going all over the place, just going like that, you would have to now spend on one patch, have constant water in that one area, you know. And yeah, I think that will really help the garden. So number 20 is water more frequently. So last but not definitely least, we have cover crop or a shade cloth. So I put these together because they basically do the same thing basically, and that's just to shade out the sun, you know, just to provide some shade for the plants. And as you can see behind me, I hope you can see behind me, there's some marigolds at the back, and these, I've even just discovered them by mistake. You know, they come in here and they invasirized my garden, and what I've seen is that they've actually done a lot in terms of keeping the crops cool. The benefit of having shade cloth or cover crop is that it just takes the away, like maybe 50% of the heat away from the sun, you know. So at least there's some shade towards it. Another benefit why I opt for cover crops as compared to a shade cloth is because the cover crops also, they provide a nice breeding area for things such as bees, you know, insects that are really good for the garden, you know. So let me just show you how effective these crops can be. So with this cabbage, there was actually a lot more surrounding this little pickinizer over here. So I actually just took out a lot more and I put them over there. So there was, just imagine, like a lot more marigolds, and it really helped this little guy here to actually still grow, because, you know, it's still looking a bit fresh, and it protected it from the harsh rays of the sun, you know. So I'm really happy with that. And the one that really flourished was the sage. So the sage, if you can see, it's in the middle of all the marigolds in the world. So I'm really happy with how well the sage is doing, and I really do think that the marigolds have an impact on it because it's been shaded by almost everything. I mean, it's been shaded by all this marigold around it, so it doesn't really have direct sunlight. And if it does have direct sunlight, it's not too impactful that it's going to stunt the growth of the sage. You know, it just actually helped the sage. It got like the perfect amount of sun, and I'm really happy with this sachet. Yeah guys, so that's gonna be me for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I was even thinking of doing a little tour, another tour, just to show you guys what's growing. There's some surprise there that I want to show you, and I'm really excited about it. So if you guys want to see that, or if you guys want to see more content like this, like the video, subscribe, and you know, that will tell me that you guys love it a lot. Comment as well, share the video, you know what, G, all those lovely things. And you know, guys, I love you all, man. You know I love you guys all. Love, peace, grow something.